Welcome back, Market Mastery, your 1 hour in the market to make you money for the rest of the week. We are setting you up for success week in, week out, from the $140 ad on Tesla that has already doubled to our ads of Palantir at $7. Our job every week is to set you up in the market so that you are capitalizing on the big movers. Today, we have a great show for you. We are going to start, as always, with our SPY breakdown to give you your two options trades for the week, both your bullish and your bearish options trade for the S&P for the week. We are going to break down Tesla, Rocket Lab, IonQ, huge mover today, up over 25%. We're going to break all these charts down, all these early movers that we've given to you. We're going to break them down, highlight our targets, the things we like and don't like, while we also set you up for the next one, because believe me, there's always a next one. We are going to be giving away some more fun stuff via trivia. Today's feature will be IonQ, so make sure you study up. We're going to hit into that right before we hit our smash or pass, where we break down the charts that you submit to us, giving you that inside look that you desperately want in the market and need. So let's get into it. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got a pretty good day in the market today. If you guys are in the Penny Boys Discord, you went bearish on the SPY today, and it's already paying off. We took these right on that break of 606. The same level we highlighted for you guys last week on this show is still in play. We got this beautiful range here, 607 to 604. We are hitting a little bit of a snag up here off all-time highs at about 608. Market looks like it's really trying, but sell side volume came in hard end of day. RSI is cooling off. I think this thing needs a little bit of a breather. So we are going to trade the downside for the week. So again, these ranges are in effect. Trade number one. For those of you that are trading SPY options, you do not want to miss this. You do not. If you are, sorry, one second. It's not something you want to miss. So let me get into this right now. We got our level here, 607, and then we got 604. Obviously, we took our puts on the break of the 607 support. It did not hold, and thus we do not hold upside. We're looking for downside to 604. We are currently trading the December 19th. These are only 3 days out. This is what I consider a high-stakes lotto, all-or-nothing trade that I either lose the entire principal, about $140, or I should triple my money. Again, 3-to-1 risk reward is always in play. If you guys want a little bit of a safer trade, I would look to extend the expiration out to December 31st. That puts 15 days of expiration. I am looking at first the 604. Yep. Sorry, these numbers are freaking me out. I still can't believe we're even this high. We're looking at the 604 puts, trading at about $300 right now. What I expect to see when the market opens tomorrow is a test to the upside to 607. It might break a little bit. You want to stay on this 15-minute chart. That's critical here. You want to watch to see if you get continuation above this level, and then you want to watch to see if the next candle beyond it opens and holds above this 607 level. If it does, then we are heading to more upside. I do not think that's going to happen. My bet's on the downside for right now. So I'm going to break down what that move looks like for you. So again, 15-minute chart here. I think we're going to test up. We might break up a little bit, and then we're going to wait until we get a confirmation. A confirmation is a 15-minute candle like this that starts above and closes below this critical level. Our secondary confirmation would be this candle right here, where it opened up right here and it tested 607 and got rejected. And then as you can see, we continued to sell off after that rejection. So we want to see that 15-minute candle close below this line, and then we want to see the second one open below this line and stay there. If that occurs, we're taking the 604 put. You can look at the December 31st expiration. I think that this will trade nicely all the way through the range, hitting that target of 604. It should yield a 30 to 50% upside. If the price goes quick, it could be even more than that. If we break below 604, I will look to close these at about 603 because I don't think we're going to go much lower than that. But again, you're up enough at that point. Feel free to hold for 601 and 600. Those are your next levels. So that is my bearish scenario, and I think that's the more likely scenario for this week. Let's talk about what happens if the bulls take over. So in a bullish scenario, we break above. We get that confirmation right here when we break above, and we get that next candle to open above this line and stay above this line. That would be our confirmation of entry. If that happens, I'm going to be targeting this high right here that we just saw the other day. It's about 608.5. So again, December 31st, I would be targeting the 608 call. Let's see what that's currently trading at. It's trading at about $3.52. So you're looking at about the same cost on both sides of the trade. If the bulls take over, that's the trade I'm going to take, and that will pay handsomely with potential of breaking all-time highs. That could be a 100% runner if we go bullish. So those are your two SPY options trades for the week. I'm going to kick it over to my co-host, Mr. Shy here, Stocks Heavy Shy, to get him to get in here and give a taste of what he's seeing in the market right now. I'll give you a little bit of a bigger chart to play with here. I'll pull it back to the weekly so you can kind of give us your thoughts on what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so we're entering that time of the year where it's going to be trend setting essentially. And what has been the trend in all of this year, last year, like the 2-year rally we've been on? It's large tech. Big tech has been moving this market. And you're seeing that again today. You saw it last week. You're seeing Amazon make crazy moves. You're seeing Tesla make crazy moves. You're seeing Apple's RSI above 80. You're seeing every large cap tech company is just running because that has been the trend all year. And during this time of the year where it's the second half of December and it's going to be trend setting, there's not going to be any macro data that's going to buck any trend. There's not going to be any kind of data that's going to be released that's going to cause bears to come out of their cave to call a top on the market. Like, it's going to be business as usual. And that's what you're seeing right now. Even though SPY's up, what was it up today? SPY was up 0.4%. Like, that's fine. But did you see the Qs? Qs is up 1.4%. That's primarily driven by large cap tech and also Broadcom. Like, Broadcom's earnings last week was like, wow. And that just showed like the signs of the AI party will be continuing substantially. And I think it's one of those things where be cautious on large cap tech, because I do think we are setting up for a really weak month of January, maybe even February within large tech, where, like I said, it's been a trend setting type of time of the year, and large cap tech, a lot of people have cap gains that they don't want to really offload until January due to tax related reasons. So I think the winners who keep winning, I do think this is happening on borrowed time almost. And it's not one, I'm not putting Amazon and Tesla in that category because those are two names, also Google, three names where they have gone recent catalytic news that's driving them that's propelling them to significantly outperform the indices. And I didn't think that's going to continue. You're seeing quantum computing for Google. You're seeing autonomy and AI for and Optimus, like robotics for Tesla. And you're seeing Amazon, what AWS released 2 weeks ago, the nonstop AI innovations that's going to occur. And also they're going to be the primary winners of robotics as well. Those three names, they're all leaders or winners of this early secular growth themes that are only going to continue dominating the headlines in 2025. So like those names, I think, are protected from maybe a large cap tech sell-off that's going to occur in the beginning of the year. But the winners who keep winning, I do think it's kind of on borrowed time because the appetite is there right now for the next opportunity. That's what happens in a risk-on environment like we're in right now, when the Fed's on our side. A Trump-led presidency is going to be hyper bullish for tech and honestly any growth thematic. So having those two things aligned at the same time when the GDP is strong, that the PPI was somewhat hot, but nothing alarming. And there's going to be no real macro data points that's going to scare people off from participating in this rally when it's so overly dominant risk on and it's favorable for risk on. So that could change if we have a couple straight months of really hot prints on the macro data. You see signs of inflation flaring up. China-US trade war significantly intensifies. Geopolitical conflicts occur. Like, who knows what the Black Swan event will be? But right now, it is glory time. This is kind of where you sit back and watch. Don't really get overly greedy, but also have in your mind that the winners who are showing that they've been winning all year, I do think those names are kind of going to get a breather as we begin the new year. And it's going to be next leg up. And what is that? Small and mid-cap growth, software names, quantum computing names, space names. Like, there's just so many different thematics out there that really have caught a bid in the past 3 to 6 months, when I do think we're in the early innings of those secular growth themes that have a ton of runway. And now people are willing to digest their fundamentals because knowing that they're disrupting a really exciting industry and valuations are taking a backseat right now. And who knows how long that's going to take to when that fact comes back into play. But until then, like it's kind of a great time to be a growth investor, and you're seeing across the board where IonQ is up 25%, Tesla's up 8%, CrowdStrike's up 5%, Rocket Lab's up 6%. These are all numbers just from today.
It's unbelievable, man. I don't know. I just think that right now this got to just be like overall little uncertainty and froth. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of people right now look at this and go like, what could be left for me here? And I think that that's not the right way to look at this. I think it's more so like, what's the theme right now and what's cooking? And you got clear winner, case in point, to segue us over here. Teslonius Jackson absolutely cooking. For those that got the options trade we posted in the Discord, we took like 800% on that. I'm a little disappointed I didn't hold, because this last 2 days would have cooked that to over a 1,500% return. So you win some, you lose some. I think we had to take it off at a certain point, but absolutely cooking. I love it. I couldn't ask for more on those trades. I think that we've just crushed. I don't know. This is,
this is the beauty of re-rating. Like when a market re-rates a company, it's explosive. I mentioned it so many times on the stream where like Tesla's going to get re-rated from an EV company to an AI, real world AI application winner. I don't know when that's going to occur, but it's eventually going to occur, and that's going to be explosive. You're seeing it already right now on these analyst notes. They're, as great as some of these analysts are, like I'm sure they're geniuses and smarter than I am. I think they overthink things a lot more than we the retail investors have the luxury of avoiding. But you're seeing like AI and autonomy start being factored into their actual DCF models, into their price targets, and that's why you're seeing this explosive move, because the re-rating is occurring, and the re-rating is, nobody really knows the ceiling of autonomy or FSD. But we had a couple notes like just a couple weeks ago call out that FSD full potential would be a $300 add value to Tesla stock. That's $1 trillion incremental valuation increase into whatever Tesla stock was at the time. It equates to $300 in stock price for Tesla. So right now you're seeing that re-rating occur where Tesla was on 140. Honestly, you had so much opportunity to add Tesla under $200, but now that once it reached like 320, 330, I think the Trump winning the election was a catalytic news that Tesla really needed for analysts to jump on board and saying like, wow, like Trump's going to really accelerate the commercialization of autonomy, and Tesla is going to benefit substantially from that. And now they're comfortable factoring FSD revenue or AI autonomy revenue into their models. And you're seeing like, whoa, that's a game changer on the business model when the EV side of Tesla and even the energy storage side of Tesla, like EV is under 20% gross margin. The energy side of the business, like 30%. It's very low. But guess what FSD is? It's 80+%. And if that becomes more and more of like the revenue going forward, becomes more of an allocated weight towards their total revenue, that's going to flip their business economics upside down. And all these DCF models who are factoring 30% gross margins now got to slowly factor into 40, 45, 50%. And that's a massive difference on compounding earnings over a long window of time. So I do think like it feels euphoric right now what's happening to Tesla, and I totally understand that. I don't know if I'd want to get in at above 450, mainly because we built substantial positions under 180. But at the same time, like you will feel somewhat of FOMO if you don't have some type of exposure in Tesla when they have so many tailwinds, for the next couple of years, and they won't have to go through those Olympic hurdles of regulation in order to fulfill the commercialization of all these products. Like I do think like Tesla at 470, it's starting to reflect FSD and AI autonomy into the business like fundamentals. I think is zero recognition of Optimus, which is the robotics of Tesla. And there's already 1,000 Optimus robots who are in the Tesla factories right now or about to be in the coming months That's going to slowly become more of a reality come 2026. And now
I think
you
people
don't
are
just
just scared of that, dude. Like that's a hard thing to understand. You know what I mean? Like
totally
not only factor into the model of like, is this the right investment, but also like, what is this? You know what I mean?
100%, 100%. And it's I do think you're going to see a lot of marketing to offset what Austin just called out. Like you already saw with Kim Kardashian. Like, what do you think the whole ethos of that campaign was? It was Kim Kardashian sitting on the robot's lap, flirting with the robot. It was making it seem like I'm just hanging out with Optimus and like he's kind of cute. I'm gonna hang out. Like that was the whole ethos of it. It was like they're comfortable being around this robot. Like that was the whole chess play of Elon was trying to do in that marketing campaign. He's gonna continue doing that because I think it's validated. Like we are all a little scared of robots controlling the world, but like if you can people warm up to it, it's gonna be the same concept of I don't know, riding a horse to driving a car. People were scared shitless of driving a car at the time when it was created, or even flying an airplane, like being stuck in a tube, going that quickly up in the air at thousands of feet in the air. Like people were scared of that, but guess what? Now nobody thinks twice about it. It's gonna be the same thing for robotics, and I think it's gonna take some time. But either way, I like there was a commentary from Keith today, Fitzgerald, I think his name was. He said, let me pull up the quote. I think he said something about, yeah, let me see. He called out that he thinks that Tesla could be a $20 trillion that Tesla's AI specifically could be a $20 trillion company business by 2040 within 15 years. That's the scalability of the like what Tesla can conquer in AI. And this is excluding Optimus, which I think is even more juicy than AI. And
It's going to break the world, dude. It's going to break the world. I don't even think anyone can fathom it. Like I really, that's the biggest struggle is like, it's hard to even fathom half of this stuff. It's like an idea that's, oh my God, even the FSD component a year ago when we're talking about it, right? And you're like, it's like, dude, the government has told us like, we're going to an EV world, accept that. So who's going to win? It's not going to be the manufacturer. Software. That's all. Tesla's done a brilliant job being a software company masquerading as a car manufacturer. That's what they've done well.
Yeah,
and now the mask is starting to come off, which is good. But I think it was also very smart to do it in the way that they've done it. Like they have masterfully executed, I think, as far as building their base and building, like they've galvanized. Look at it's like you got the two cohorts, right? I think that are the major ones. You got Apple and you got Tesla, the fanboy, the cult crew, like investors in those two large companies, like large investors in those companies, they're relentless, dude. And they pound the table and share the mission. That's not to, and we don't need to go there, but again, very akin to the meme coin world, dude. I mean, you get a community that's galvanized, like you have a 24/7 marketing machine that's constantly seeing the good word, the gospel, if you will, the church of Elon. That's what this has become. And I got to give the guy some credit. It's been masterful to watch. I mean, even the acquisition of Twitter was a Tesla play. I mean, I think it was more than that, but you can't argue that it didn't draw direct benefit to Tesla because now he has more prominence. So like, this is, I don't know, for anyone in marketing, I think you would also appreciate this. Like, this is masterful. And I think like what we broke down that day, dude, I'm hyped that it's still here. I just saw it on the chart and we were talking about those ads at 140. We talked about the last expression of a move similar to this was the move 115 to 400. So our projection, and guys, go back on YouTube and look at this. We were very public about this, took a lot of criticism for this. Our projection was a 252% increase from that point. As you can see, what did we get? Almost on the dot, just above 252%. The move happened. So to kind of echo what Shai was saying here, it's not like, I mean, I'm a big fan of like into the right names, DCA, you'll win over time, but there's also a reality here of like, you missed the boat on the big win and that's okay. Just come here every week. You won't miss the next one. That's kind of the point here.
You brought like, this is exactly why I love front running my conviction plays. I could care less if the stock doesn't move. I really could care less. I enjoy that because it allows me to build an overweight position in a name that I have high conviction on. I've done my research on, I've modeled it out. And when the market realizes it, They go sprinting, and guess what I'm doing? I'm watching everyone just sprint towards the name that I've been communicating all along. It's been sitting, stock price has been stuck in mud. People don't believe the story. And now they believe the story when the stock runs. That's the mistake that people always make. And that's what creates bag holders. There's always going to be a Palantir, a Tesla, an IonQ, a Rocklab. There's going to be those stocks every single year. There's going to be 4 of those names next year. I have a couple on my list I think are going to make explosive moves next year that the market hasn't realized yet. There's going to be those names.
And if you want those names, I just put it up on the screen. Screenshot that QR code right there, or feel free to take a picture if you're on your desktop to get in there. You do not want to miss any. You don't want to miss one of them, let alone 4. And I mean, at this point, I don't even know what to tell. I was tagging. I was retweeting our post when you're talking, and I was going through and tagging, and just it was hitting me like I had too many to list because I got Palantir on there at 7, went to 70. Tesla at 140, obviously went to what? We're at 463 already. We gave him Robinhood at 8, that went to what, 30 plus. IonQ below 7. I didn't get in until after 7, so I put 7. I put my ads. That went to, I mean, that'll be, I guess we'll move on to IonQ here. My God, 41. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus. So we were very public on IonQ below 10. I know Shai's been talking about this since the low 7. So you got the taste there. And then we got Rocket Lab at 4. Obviously, we know what happened there. So we've put together 4 or 5 different 400% plus trades on, I mean, they're small cap, yes, but I don't know. I would call them the pedigreed small cap. It's like the blue chip small cap, if you will. You know what I mean? Like I feel like these kind of names, they're a little more speculative in nature. So they're definitely small cap in terms of actual size. But there's a way to find the gems here, guys. And that's kind of what we're telling you. And this, again, this code you see on the bottom right, scan it. Trust me. Or go to Shai's Twitter at StockSavvyShai on X. Just get it. Don't miss it. Don't miss another one. Don't be that guy sitting here a year from now going, man, what's the next one? You don't, if you have to ask that question, no good, no bueno. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Love yourself. Love your money and love yourself. This is how you take your money, your little children. That's your children, right? Your money is your children. And you send it off to school and you hope that it meets some other money that's really nice to play with. And then over time, they grow this budding relationship that turns into all these little money babies. So while you're at work earning your paycheck, your money is also at work earning its own paycheck. Except here's the fun part. You don't have to be at work with your money. Your money's just there working for you. And that's what we're trying to kind of impart upon you guys. It's not financial advice, obviously, but here's what we're doing. You've seen what we've made this year. I think me and him are weirdly, not weirdly, I guess we're trading a lot of the same shit, but we're both up, I think almost 200% on the year, or a couple $100,000 at least. That, like, you've seen it. It's proven. I'm not hiding anything. We'll screenshot the whole portfolio. That's what you see. These are the moves that we're making with our own personal money. The question you have to ask yourself is, A, what am I willing to do for mine? And B, how do I level up my capability to research these names so that I can understand what you guys are talking about? And that link I just put at the bottom is how you do that, by getting the earnings minutes, by understanding what these earnings and forward guides and all these other things that sound like gibberish. What does it really mean? I think what Shai does, I'll give him a little cock bump here. One of his greatest skills is being able to interpret that shit and help you read between the lines, cut out the noise. What are they really saying? The coolest thing, dude, was the Microsoft one you did at Trader's Paradise. When you're like, whoa, stop. We paused everything. And you're like, look, here's what he's saying. Here's what he's really saying. We're going short here. And I think that thing dropped. I don't even know how far it went down. You guys you can go short, but you went puts on Microsoft. We can go look. That was back.
Oh my God. It was back in
July.
I think it was in July, and it's still red. And when the market's been raging past 6 months.
Yeah. So right here was trading at about 450. He said, hey, we're coming back down below 400. By August, Microsoft had dropped almost $100 a share. So that was cool because I was live and in person. Everyone got to see that. That was at the event. But point here is to you guys is like, look, our job is to make ourselves money. I'm supposed to make myself money. He's supposed to make himself money as portfolio. We're sharing you. Here's what our jobs are, is to grow our money. Here's what we're doing, proving, hey, we've been growing our money. Let's all grow our money. This is not player versus player. It doesn't have to be, at least. The whole team can win. We can all sit at the table and eat, baby. So I want to shift this IonQ while you.
That last part. was really important. We can all win. This isn't a zero-sum game. It isn't. That's why, like, there when I started this Twitter account last year, like the whole point, like my whole career has been digesting data, creating a narrative on that data to C-suite. I was essentially making the rich richer. And I was like, fuck, like this knowledge I have, like, or this experience I've learned on creating the skill set, like I kind of want to start Twitter and communicate to the retail audiences. And like, it's taken off since then, but like, it's still valid. The feeling I have where this information, like this game is meant for retailers, traders to lose. It is. It's manipulation at its finest. The rich continue to get richer. They misguide the mass audiences. There is a certain component of having an edge and being able to digest material and communicate a simple narrative. And that's all you need to know. I said from the get-go about Microsoft's a good example. I was like, I think this is the peak on Microsoft's valuation for quite some time. I still stand by that, even if it's recovered slightly before that price point. Like, I think that's the peak. I also do think that, like, when the CrowdStrike noise happened, I was like, this is not a thesis breaker. This is going to be a bruise, a black eye. Everyone and their mother was saying SentinelOne was a stock to own when that occurred, was the stock to own. And that I'm an ignorant swan for wanting to like hold my CrowdStrike and not jump on that bandwagon for SentinelOne. Where the hell is SentinelOne right now? Probably, I think it's the same valuation. Maybe it might be red since that outage. CrowdStrike, that was at 360 pre-outage. What is it right now? 390. I said SentinelOne's endpoint product, it's the Singularity platform. It's interesting, but it's nowhere comparable to what Falcon is. It is so offbeat. It's like saying, I don't know, like your favorite poke place is going to be equivalent to Nobu. It's not. It's not, like, it really isn't. The scalability. It's not meant to be. Like, the scalability of SentinelOne is not even the same category of scalability of CrowdStrike. But people narrative follows price action. Like, the first earnings report from SentinelOne, I was very public about it. I was like, this guy is talking. I made a post on X. Like, that's all fluff. This is corporate 101 jargon on him saying that they're going to be eating CrowdStrike lunch, them attacking CrowdStrike publicly on their ads. I was like, all right, well, all the things that he could have said on that earnings call to directly call out how they're going to take some of the market share from CrowdStrike, they didn't say it. They didn't say, oh, we're going to increase our workforce to keep up with the demand that we're getting post that outage. We're going to be doing this strategy. There's no specificity of what they're going to do post outage. It was very high level, and the numbers didn't reflect any kind of gain in market share. And you're seeing that in SentinelOne. Like, right now, CrowdStrike's going to probably hit a new all-time high. What's SentinelOne's? Type in S. So that outage occurred in July.
Oh wait, let me put them next to each other, actually. So hey, in that group chat with Big Dan, make sure you hit him with a "you're welcome," because when I asked you about CrowdStrike, it was for him. It wasn't for me. And because he was like, I think I'm gonna hold him, and you and him were on the same page with it. He's like, I'm just not seeing it. This is overreaction. I don't like SentinelOne nearly as much. Like, the tech and infrastructure is not. You guys were basically saying the same shit to me back and forth. It was funny. So this is sorry, what was that? July 2024, and then this is July 2024. So SentinelOne at 18, it pushed to 28, and then it's at.
Well, no. Do it when it was like after that big red drop, because people were saying after that outage that was going to occur. So a lot of people sold CrowdStrike at, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was July, was it not?
Yeah, July. Yeah. So
there's the same date on both charts.
Yeah.
Can you see that line across the middle?
Yeah, I could. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, you can't I don't know. It's another example why you need conviction in your positions. Because I'm telling you, I grew some hair on my chest on July 19th. I did. I really did. I was stressed out. I was like, I need to poke holes in my original thesis. I need to see if this is substantial. The commentary was, they're going to go zero. Clearly not going to go zero. But, like, I was like, can SentinelOne get this? And I was like very vocal at that point. It's not going to be SentinelOne. It's going to be Palo Alto. That's going to be the biggest beneficiary, because the way their sales cycle works, that if a CrowdStrike customer wants to leave CrowdStrike, they can just go straight to Palo Alto without going through a full sales cycle that they'd have to on SentinelOne. That sentence right there is the edge you needed to know on if SentinelOne is going to be a biggest beneficiary immediately from CrowdStrike, just from the sales cycle duration. And that's something you wouldn't know unless you had actual experience in the industry, or you talk to people, or you do the research. Like, this is an example. Like, it's a stock picker's market in 2025. You're seeing it right now where, like, my small cap portfolio is up 8% today. IWM's up 0.6%. The reason for that is one of the names I called out, like, what was a couple months ago? I don't know, but bring up the one ticker AEHR.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah.
I was like,
So you and I both said this. So when me and Shai, I don't know, it was maybe about a year ago, or maybe it was right before 2024. We were talking about that for 2024, and it was one of the first posts I made where we tagged each other. I was like, "This is the year of the stock picker," and even this year, I'd argue, also was. Like, you would have won with General Index in tech heavy, but you wouldn't have had the. I mean, you were up almost 200%, right?
mm-hmm.
So was I. So, like, you're not going to get that kind of return unless you're able to pick and play. So we got it right
100%.
here, AEHR.
So to look at today's action. Go to the daily chart.
Oh, damn. Look at that volume, dude. Get some. That's
that
cooking.
right there. The whole, I think it was during the summer of this year. I don't know. It was like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I was like, holy shit. Air Test System just made an acquisition. This is their Trojan horse of getting into AI
Oh,
and
my
data
God.
center
Look at that.
industry.
Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, quick trivia, pop quiz. Volume often precedes a change in blank. Change in volume often precedes a change in blank. So you can get it. I say this all the time, so you guys probably know it. Lisa Richard wants you to know that her store has some awesome clippers. I don't know if that means to cut your hair. So DM her.
You don't like the flow, Lisa?
I feel like
it's
a
little long.
That's spam. There it is. Change in price. You guys got it. Stickman got it. Cools got it. Cools. You owe Shy a dinner, I feel like, at this point. You got to take the man out to a nice meal at this point. I feel like it just must happen. Because, dude, he's been crushed. I got to give you a golf clap there. He's been crushing the ops ever since that Rocket Lab. I think it lit a fire in that man. I don't know if I've ever seen in someone before.
Oh, the chesties. You're right. Okay. The hair growing on my chest. That's funny, Lisa. That is funny.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so I hell of a trade. Just to give you guys a quick juice on this chart. We've mapped this one out for you a few times. Here's the last couple moves. So you got 153 days for it to go 294 to 26. And then right here, you've got $7.31. You got about 400 days to the next high at 52. So that puts us right here. If we go kind of with I would say a heavier weighted towards the longer time frame from this range, that's putting us at about $65 over the next year. If we follow suit, as far as cycles are concerned.
I think it's going to hit 50 sooner than people think. Like, it's going to be one of those names where they're gap profitable. They're actually making earnings. They're small cap. They have no dilution risk. They have no solvency risk. It's just the reason it sucked is truly a macro driven reason. The EV industry, it's been struggling, and 60 to 70% of their revenue is from ON Semiconductor, which is the best of breed chip maker for that EV industry. So, like, concentration risk is high, but it's at the best of breed. Now that acquisition, they're kind of broadening their customer base and also making their revenue less cyclical towards EV, towards AI and data center revenue. And guess what happened today? I mentioned, like, a couple months ago, that was the acquisition. That was what's going to occur. And they're going to get some kind of hyperscaler deal from that. Today, they announced that a $10 million AI deal came through. And that right there was, I think, what the market needed to believe of, wow, this might be an AI and data center revenue play now, because I won't get too technical with it because we only have 20 minutes left. But right now, customers are getting creative with their chip process of getting more compute, using more power while diminishing the size. But there's a certain point where you can't do that anymore without spending a ton of money. Now they're stacking at one another. They're stacking these chips one like on top of each other. And there's like they're getting creative, and this creativity is bringing new strategies on how they can compute more efficiently. But in order to do that, you need to be able to test those processes. And the way to do that is air test systems. And now you're seeing that in EV space, but now they're getting into the AI and data center revenue space because they're no schmuck. They know that these customers are doing that, and their product is so applicable across multiple industries, not just to EV. And you're seeing that TAM expansion right now in front of your eyes. So it's one of those names where like Tesla adopted air test systems back in 2019, 2020, you saw them 10x from there. Same thing is going to happen, in my opinion, for one hyperscaler. It's going to do that for air test systems. And you're going to see that 5 to 10x, 5x most likely, $50 to $65 price target. This is like not really a stock that's talked about much out there anymore. I have a heavy position in this name in my small cap portfolio around $13. I think it's $12 or $13. I think this is going to be a $50 stock, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's squeezed extensively if there's a hyperscaler announcement sometime in 2025. But again, like this is stuff that a lot of people don't know about, and like it takes a lot of digging, researching, listening to conference calls, like my experience. But this is stuff like we're going to be playing a trivia game in like 5 to 10 minutes. This is where like the winner of this trivia game, like I can give you $100 free cash, which is fine. Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, or a one-on-one coaching session. So like the coaching session, I've done 2 of these already. They've chose a coaching session rather than the $100 cash, which is honestly, it's great to see that. That's like, I love these one-on-one sessions because it does it allows me to do the Q&A and also be more effective with my insights when people ask me how I found this or what I think about this company. And I can be a very direct because it's one-on-one. So we're going to be playing that in 5 to 10 minutes, but I want to be sure to download this link because we're going to be playing the trivia game, and whoever gets 3 for 3 right, randomize the name into this wheel, and then I'm going to choose you at the end. But the last 2 have been highly successful. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, we can continue on to the next name. We have Palantir. We should probably talk about Palantir.
Yeah,
what happened today?
Shout out, John. Thank you, my friend. Glad you're here. Hope to see you back every week. Really quick before you put that back up, I just loaded up a long-term options trade for this one right here. You could either scan this QR code right here and get access, or you can join us in the Discord. I'll put the link across the bottom. I just posted it in the premium chat for you guys. I hope you get in there and join us to make some money on big trades like this. So let's pull that up. Palantir cooking. We'll do this one real quick, and then let's in 2 minutes move on over to trivia before we load up for our smash or pass, baby. Let's give them zoom out. Just oh, what's that right there? Added Palantir at $7.60. Oh yeah, that was me. Just saying. So you guys want to join us? This is what you get. Let's pull that up right there. Get you on what you want, like the hourly. You want the daily. You want
It's do the weekly. Let's do the weekly. Let's do the weekly because the weekly's looking a little ugly, and it's one of the first uglier ones in a while. Palantir. This is a name that is clearly they've cemented themselves in that stage 2 of AI, which is their first mover advantage of. They're going to be the biggest AI applications winner in the enterprise level. I'm very confident in that, and I saw that vision, and I think the markets was FOMOing into that behavior the past year. I think Palantir is going to have some kind of near-term top, and unless they can prove 35% revenue top line growth for next quarter, which might be difficult, but either way, I think this is one of those names that might be basing for quite some time, and that's okay because the appetite right now is going out. The breadth is widening on the stage 2 of AI. For the past 6 months, in March to June, it was only Palantir who was getting that stage 2 AI exposure. It was just them. Everyone else was like hinting and teasing at it in the software space. Palantir was the only one that proved it via their AIP that they were actually benefiting substantially from it. Those days are over because now the breadth's widening on stage 2. There's Snowflake, there's Datadog, there's ServiceNow, there's like you're seeing all these software names, Atlassian even, software names like see actual like 3 to 5% of their revenues from Gen AI projects. That's like the beginning, like this most recent Q3 earnings. That was the biggest ethos of this earnings cycle was stage 2 of AI has begun. And that stage 2 of AI is going to be much more explosive than stage 1. And that's what's so dangerous about it, because everyone saw what occurred for NVIDIA from 2023 to 2024, even all the semiconductor names from 2023 and 2024, servers, compute, hardware, like all these names who have those like exposure thrive substantially. But there's a cyclicality risk associated to stage 1, and there's a heavy CapEx requirement as well. Stage 2 in software does not have that. It is minimal CapEx, excluding Palantir because it's heavy CapEx for Palantirs. But everyone else software is it's minimal CapEx, and there's a recurring revenue nature that is not cyclical. Once you adopt a lot of these software platforms into your ecosystem, you won't leave. The migration of the data from the softwares take forever to get off of your ecosystem, that there needs to be an enticing enough solution out there for you to leave this software for that one. Because of the recurring nature of software, that stage 2 isn't going to be a sprint. It's going to be a long-term marathon that if you cement it, if you found those 5 to 7 winners of stage 2, which I think AI is going to cannibalize the software space, but there's going to be 5 to 7 clear winners. And those 5 to 7 winners are going to be like the next Mag 7 type of names, where it's going to be, they're going to be able to charge unprecedented pricing power for years and years, for the next decade. And you're going to see some new terminology of like what the Mag 7 was. All the Mag 7 names came up from cloud or whatever, like the thematic was at the time. And they are just so sticky and nobody's leaving their ecosystem. The same thing's going to happen for the next Mag 7 in mid-cap growth. There's going to be those names. You already know Palantir is going to be one of those names. There is, I picked 4. I think right now there's 5 or 6 that solidified their spot. And that's why I'm orchestrating my growth portfolio to capture that. But that's why stage 2 is going to be just as explosive. But I think right now Palantir's weakness we've seen, or maybe in the near term, is going to be because of the tax of people are getting, the breadth is widening on stage 2, and other software names are going to run, which is fine. And like, you need their valuations captured to Palantir, because right now Palantir is 3 times as expensive as the second most expensive software name in the space. And that is, I think it might be not CrowdStrike. It might be Axon Technology right now. But either way, I digress. Let's play some trivia. So we are going to play a trivia game, 3-question trivia game. This is, you guys have been part of the show. Like, we've done this 5 or 6 times. I think I've given out over $500, but the last 2 has been coaching sessions. And I think those coaching sessions have been incredibly rewarding. So I'm going to be offering a coaching session for 1 hour or $100 free. Up to you guys. But this theme is going to be on quantum computing. It's going to be IonQ based. It's going to be Google based. It's going to be, we're going to see who knows quantum computing. And there's going to be one personal question as well that I'm hoping Austin can guess as well. If he's my actual buddy, he'll know this answer. He will. I think he will get this one right. But we're going to post this right now. We're going to launch it in 1 minute, but the link is right here. So download that link. Whoever gets 3 for 3 right, I will randomize the names into a little trivia, into a little wheel, and then I'll choose a winner at the end of the call. So I'm going to launch it right now in 10 seconds. While we do that, let's make sure the link works. It does work. Last time, only 5 people got 3 for 3 right. So like, I'm hoping there's going to be a better percentage, because if 5 people get it right, you have a 20% chance of getting that coaching session. So it's actually pretty good odds. Okay, so we're gonna do it right now. I'm launching it right now in 3, 2, 1. I lost. Where's the IonQ one?
Come on.
Quantum computing trivia. My bad. It launched. So let's see what people can get right from this.
Boom. Now that. Oh shit.
What was the oh shit one?
The second one.
It's different order every time. Was it the Was it the personal one? I hope it wasn't the personal one.
Damn it. No, I knew that. I got the market cap. I got 2 right, but I got the market cap 1 wrong. I second guessed myself, which was stupid.
Isn't it shocking though, that market cap one?
No.
It's crazy. It's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, but also we've been looking at this shit forever, so. But yeah, I mean, it's a wild thought. Like, especially go back 15, 20 years, look at the market. Like, dude, billion-dollar market caps were like, oh my God. But now you got trillion-dollar market caps, let alone TAM. I mean, come on, it's crazy. Dude.
I mean, I know that's a crazy thing. I mean, it's crazy to think IonKey was like a $2 billion market cap for years. That's a crazy thing. But now everyone wants that IonKey juice. Everyone. They're seeing honestly, quantum computing is kind of wild because of how disruptive that technology can be. Like, really, I don't know. If you thought AI was nuts, I really do think like quantum computing is going to be a 10x that. Like, it's going to be nutty. And people thought it was just so futuristic, forward-looking, and futuristic. Wow, only 3 people have gotten 3 for 3 rights. There's a 33% chance of someone just getting the coaching session. Were those questions too hard? Maybe the TAM one was too difficult. I think a lot of people maybe missed the TAM one.
Well, yeah, if you've like been studying it, I even got it wrong. I knew the right answer. I chose the wrong one, but that's only because I'm talking to you hours every week. Otherwise, I wouldn't know that.
True. That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true. All right. So while we're doing this, everyone smash or pass. Put your tickers down in the comment. We're going to be doing smash or pass for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, drop them quick, guys. We got to nail it. It's my daughter's birthday, so I gotta cut off right on time.
Well, what did you get her? Are you allowed to reveal it, or does she watch this?
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. I would love if she watched it. She is definitely like neurotic enough to be very good at this. I also think women have better capability to be traders than men. They're better at conviction and honestly less ego tied to money. But no, get her the Gabby's Dollhouse deluxe playset, which is like her deal right now.
Did she ask for that, or is it gonna be a surprise?
It was like a top request. Well, actually, she said the most adorable thing in the world when I asked her what she wanted for her birthday. She said, "Daddy, I have everything I could ever want."
That is you raised a great daughter. That is amazing.
I felt the same way. And then, but for Christmas, she's like, "But I would love it if Santa would bring me a Gabby's Dollhouse and walkie-talkie." That would be pretty cool.
The capitalistic nature of her just came out. I have to let it out.
But it made me really happy. I don't know. It was cool. It was good.
All right, so
Quattro.
5 people got it right. It just ended right now. Let me do a randomizer.
All right, John, you're up first. LAES. We'll start pulling these up. He's looking at the winners. So for those of you that are new to Smash or Pass, it's just a quick look at the chart and talking about whether or not it looks tasty for a long. And I would say that right now this one looks actually pretty interesting, except this week is very dicey. So I would hang on this one just because that inverted hammer there to the upside often signals the downside move incoming. Buyers couldn't sustain. It looks like very tight moves on a very low float. This would scare me. I would say this is a buy if we see $1.63. That looks like a nice bottom of that range, $1.50, $1.63, upside to maybe $4. So that would get a pass for now, smash for later. Tammy, form. Ooh. This chart's actually not that bad.
Never heard of form.
I have not either. Stocks Buddy says, boom. Quick plug. If you want this done for you, I got to give this thing some love as much as I hate it because it replaces me at times. This indicator absolutely slaps. On the monthly chart, it has made me at least $100,000. All right. So Stocks Buddy just went bullish on the daily with this automatically calculated stop loss of $40. RSI just turned over. I love using this RSI over the 9. Creates a nice, almost like a moving average to understand when's the RSI crossing over for momentum to the upside. And that just happened, plus bullish signal. I'd say you can't beat it. Over 48, this thing's got room to 56. I don't know anything else about it, but I would say that form gets that smash. That was a good find. Nice fixed risk smash. Lisa, Sound, I know you know a lot about this one, don't you? Sound Hound. Wow, Jesus, kill me, dude. We talked about this on stream, and I remember saying if you get another chance to buy at 445, 450, it's a buy. And I suck, and I didn't do it, and now it's 5x. So, Lisa, I'm holding you personally responsible for my grievances right now. Damn it.
This could be one I got wrong, but I don't think this is a real AI company they're just capitalizing on this AI wave. I don't think I dug into this company. I just like don't really see it. I think it's a lot of financial engineering, a lot of acquisitions to juice up their numbers. Their tech really isn't that much. There's no moat on their technology. I think it's highly disruptive, but I could be wrong. But I think right now it's just riding that AI wave, and on the charts looking like a fucking breakout. So
Yeah.
either it's a short-term trade and I'm just wrong, or I'm wrong. I don't know what, but I'm not bullish on this company long term.
I'll
But I
tell
could
you,
be wrong.
over 18 is a trade. 28's on the table. Anytime you get strong moves off retracements like these seem to go, JetBlue sounds like absolute garbage. I know you guys are wheeling this and make a killing. Ooh, that might be a bottom feeder chart. Did they go bankrupt, or is that Spirit? Who went bankrupt?
That was Spirit.
Good. Trash. Ooh, a little double bottom setup here. This could be interesting. I don't love airlines and consumer travel, but hey, a chart's a chart. Volume's picking up. You got, you know,
Charts a chart. I love that.
truth.
That's a good slogan on a shirt for sure. Slogan.
791. So over that, I think you're going back to $10. So I'm gonna give you a smash on that. All right, this is your baby, TMDX. You could talk on this one.
Oh, I've been saying it ever since like the past couple weeks. It's going to hit
Look at that,
62.
dude.
It's going to
Perfect.
hit 62. Yeah.
Perfect.
This is mark my words, quote me on this. TMDX and Celsius will have an explosive January. They're going to. Those are the two names, in my opinion, tax loss harvesting candidates. And I think nobody's touching it until the new year. Both those names are going to run, in my opinion, that month for sure. We'll see.
Quoted. Boom. Timestamp it. Locked in. All right, let's keep moving. Nisha, welcome to the show. I haven't seen your name before. Glad you're here. Every Monday, 5 Eastern, join us. Oh, no, hard pass. Walk away. Run, Nisha. Run away. No bottom in sight. Zero bottom in sight. This is a black hole. Run, my friend. Run.
Yeah, only solar stock you should be involved in. My opinion's for solar right now.
Even then. Cooler finally coming back from the dead, dude. God, they had so much promise. We worked with them, dude. They had so much promise, dude. And then
what is this?
Just Cooler Energy. So like they did a lot of the Mars rover stuff, a lot of government contracts, a lot of EV centric things surrounding battery cooling technology, proprietary, of course. So they're a good kind of semi to fit right in there on the side. This thing crushed when they went live from OTC. Went to like $4. This was a great trade, and then it went down to the oblivion. Started picking up on Reddit, and now it's cooking again. So, cheers to them. I'd say it stays above $140. This will get a smash. This one's interesting. So I'm seeing some rumblings about this one. This one's definitely picking up like kind of the meme crowd, like the GameStops of the world. Why did this absolutely rip? Actually, it doesn't even matter. Already ripped. We're looking past.
So I can't say anything. I am doing a quantum computing for Wednesday night send off for Stock Savvy Prime. I'm doing a specific deep dive on those 5 quantum computing names and how they differ and why IonQ is not like head and shoulders above the rest of the names. And I'm gonna be saying what's fake, what's pretend, and what's maybe a tier 2, tier 3 player. So like Rigetti is one of those names I'm going to be calling out Wednesday night on the newsletter.
Trash. All right, on to GameStop. A great trade. Dad teed up for you. Remember, guys, we're buying this at $21, right? This is the most tried and true range trader that exists. We got enough price data to do it. Crushing on the swing, dude. I put in at 20, stop loss below it, dude. Just let it cook. Just let it simmer, baby. And it's holding up beautifully here. So we're up about 30%. I'm still holding that long and strong. Stop loss in place. I ain't losing a dime on this, but this chart is predictable and easy to see. Let's go MU.
I love MU ahead of their earnings. I said it last week.
Dude. Look at that. Look at that. We mapped that pivot out, dude, and it held beautifully. This is very interesting.
No, I think there's a lot of negativity and FUD already priced into the stock. Good enough numbers will take the stock to like above 120 in my opinion. If it breaks 115, it's going to probably retest that gap fill 135.
Nice. All right, PayPal, easy winner. For those of you in the Discord, you got a 200% plus options trade cooking, still cooking right now from this. Up and up and up. So keep in mind, this is your long-term functional resistance. Like this trend channels everything. Your fair value gap goes to about $180. So we can easily, if we can break here, clear to 180. Devoid of fundamentals. This chart speaking only, but I do think PayPal, if done right, should be well positioned. Thoughts?
Do you remember what I said during that Investor Paradise conference? That was PayPal was like one of those names live on the earnings. Like that was a thesis changing
We
quarter.
bought at 58.
Look where it is now. I was like, by December calls. December, I think I forgot I think maybe Chag was the one who participated. Someone participated in that trade live. But I was like, buy those calls for December. 50% move in 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm sure like whoever got that is making bank on that trade.
Crushed. No, they definitely are, because we put the two. You had the short term, and then I built the long term for 2025, and that trades up 200-something%. So cooking. All right, we'll do one more, and I will do Baba, because I think the only Chinese venture that I have cooking right now is K-Web. I did make a significant allocation there. I'm just going to capture generally. I don't want to go independent names right now because I think the risk is just too high. Geopolitical nonsense. It's just too much for me. Baba's chart, not good. We did pull a stupid gain off this. We were loading the boat below 70 with our long-term options trade and equity. When this ripped to 120, those options traded to about 300% premium. So you made 300% on those. Equity was up substantially too. I did close out a majority of my long position when we could not hold above this range right here at 103. That's when I walked. I kept a few shares for shits and gigs, but this one's cooked in my opinion. I want to do one last game. Pull up the sad boy chart. We don't exist on TradingView yet. Disappointing.
Oh.
Disappointing. The exchange listing game is a lot tougher than I thought. Also, all they want is money, dude. Like, it's unbelievable. So let me pick one last one to get you guys off right. Lisa says, please do SBH. For some reason, when I see this ticker, I always think Sam Bankman-Fried, dude.
Totally.
Sally Beauty. Ugh, this chart looks like yuck.
I don't know anything about this business model, really. I drive by it. It's always in the shittiest plazas out there.
Retail's coming back. So here's the thing. The Gen Z guys have really pushed for the retail coming back. I like that. They want the in-person shopping experience. So retail might be saved here, right? So like look at the generation that's focused on convenience, mostly the boomers. You know what shit my mom orders on Amazon? It's ridiculous, dude. I've even gotten to the point where I'm tired of it. Like I want to be in the store. Me and the boy went shopping for the girls for Christmas. Went to that second in Charles to go to the books and all that shit. It was nice just being in a store to actually look at stuff. So I get it. And the store was pretty crowded. So I will say that, like, I think there's some consumer retail bounce back, but I'll tell you this chart is hot garbage. And it does not look good right now for this. So I would say
I was just saying, Ulta's a better renaissance play for retail. Like I do agree that retail is having a renaissance.
This
and like,
chart
I think,
is yes. And the target, that was like an innovative. That was oh my god! Like, how do you capture white women above the age of 30? It's like just put us in the target. And like Starbucks, Ulta, Target. Ooh, oh my god! I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want someone to steal it, but I'll tell you about it after. I just had a great ETF idea for we're talking about putting those portfolios together to track. I've got one. And we're going to need your fiance's help as well as my wife's.
I think StockTwits is trying to do the same thing you're talking about. We can talk about it afterwards. That's really interesting. Yeah.
All right. So look, we love you guys. We're here every week. Friday, 2:30 p.m., 3:30 Eastern. Join us in the Discord. You got the link, wap.com/PB alerts. Get your access. Join us in there. I did put the air test systems, long-term options trade in there, as well as the other picks. So if you want access to the detailed picks, jump in there and join us. We love y'all. Stay blessed now. Bye-bye.